Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today, we are continuing our ongoing coverage of the Eritrean invasion of the Tigray region and the civil war taking place inside the former state of Ethiopia. So, a lot to cover today. So, first thing on the agenda is we are receiving reports that the Abiy loyalist army, specifically Abiy loyalist forces operating in the south near Alamata and other areas within the vicinity of Alamata, mainly in and around Alamata north, east, and to a lesser extent west into these foothills past the road leading out of Korim into the Amhara region. But what we're hearing is that the Abiy loyalist forces are bringing in entire production companies into the Tigray region designed to film actors pretending to be ordinary Tigrayans accepting the Abiy loyalist army into southern Tigray. So again, this is part of the propaganda or media campaign by the Abiy loyalist army to give the semblance or the false narrative that peoples in southeastern Tigray are accepting the occupational forces of the Abiy army. So again, very, very interesting to see this taking place. What that means is that the general population in southern Tigray is not being very accepting of the Abiy loyalist forces as they try to push further north into the Tigray region, coming out of Kobo and then pressing north, ultimately trying to press past the town of Mechu here. It is further reported that, at least from a battlefield perspective, that the Abiy loyalist forces are stalled just north of Korim, in between Mechu and Korim, with the Tigrayan Defense Forces again operating in these hills to the west of the A2 highway, continuing to harry and attack Abiy loyalist forces again as they try to press further north. Next, we're going to go up further to the north, and we can now confirm that Adigrat is fully under the control of the Tigrayan Defense Forces, along with the main road, the B20, that runs north-south from Zalambasa. And Eritrean forces have been pushed back all the way to the border with the Tigray region near Zalambasa. Additionally, we received additional information about this fairly bold operation by the Eritrean army and Abiy loyalist forces that pressed from Shire east after taking control or limited control of Axum here. They pressed east into Adwa and then attempted, and this is where it got very, very bold for the Eritrean army, and it was cataclysmic for these forces. But they tried to press south from Adwa along the Adwa Abiy Adi road, and it looks like they were trying to press into the Kolatembian region, the stronghold, the traditional power base of the Tigrayan Defense Forces when we see the Tigray region become invaded. And apparently this operation that pushed south of Adwa, or attempted to push south of Adwa, it was met with disaster. A large column of Eritrean army forces supported by Abiy loyalists and were intercepted and ambushed along multiple points just south of Adwa. And this is what has led to the Eritrean army, the Abiy loyalist forces, for all intents and purposes, currently to be surrounded in Adwa. The Tigrayan Defense Forces currently control or have disallowed the movement of Eritrean army forces coming down from Ramah towards Adwa. So they are unable to use this road, meaning they, the Eritrean army, is unable to use the Ramah to Adwa road. Again, this is very mountainous terrain. We'll kind of zoom in here where you, the viewer, can see exactly what we're talking about. Try to get a little bit of a cant here. But again, the Tigrayan Defense Forces are operating to the east and west of this road and are able to essentially block, isolate, and destroy Eritrean army units that are attempting to move along this road. And we anticipated this. If we go further to the west, and this is relatively new information coming in, if we go to Shire and then south of Shire, we have seen the Abiy loyalist army, and this is not the Eritrean army, again, this is the Abiy loyalist forces attempting to push from a DRK north through May Samre. And the information that we are getting is another large convoy was ambushed and destroyed within the vicinity of May Samre. There was an accompanied tank company of approximately 8 to 10 main battle tanks that were being used in escort duty for this column of Abiy loyalist forces attempting to push north. And 8 of those tanks were confirmed destroyed by the Tigrayan Defense Forces, along with a number of armored vehicles, trucks, and artillery pieces as well. That is different from the convoy attack that took place near Adwa, in which over 40 vehicles were destroyed. So again, very tough right now for the Abiy loyalist forces and the Eritrean army to move along these major arterial routes inside of the Tigray region, specifically coming down here from Yurga towards Shire, along the B30, north from a DRK up to Shire. Again, all of this area here, this B30 highway running from Shire down to a DRK is contested. The Tigrayan Defense Forces are able to successfully sever the B30 and again disallow movement along the B30 as along other areas, especially the running from Shire to Adwa as well. So a very discombobulated situation for the Eritrean military and the Abiy loyalist forces as they are continuing to be ambushed as they continue to try and push their operations deeper into the Tigray region. But again, the ambush and the fighting that took place south of Adwa as they tried to reassert their position in central Tigray in the Tenbian region. Again, very risky operation to head south from Adwa into the Tenbian region. As again, this is the one of the key strongholds of the Tigrayan Defense Forces. And from what we're hearing, that force suffered greatly in that operation pushing south. Additionally, we are starting to see the frustration by the Eritrean army, by Abiy loyalist forces, and we're starting to hear about now towns and settlements being burned down by the Eritrean army and Abiy loyalist forces. We're also seeing this activity way further south in Oromia. We are hearing reports that given the attention that is right now, the limited Western coverage of this conflict is really kind of keying on what is happening in the Tigray region. But it would appear that Abiy loyalist forces are taking advantage of the lack of information coming out of the Oromia region to completely annihilate some of these Oromo towns and villages west of the capital, Addis Ababa, also known as Fenfene. So if we have anybody on the ground that knows anybody on the ground in Oromia, specifically Western Oromia, west of Addis Ababa, it would be interesting to get information, because we are hearing some really horrific accounts of violence being perpetrated against some of these Oromo villages, again, in Western Oromia. But that's where we set for today. We will continue to monitor, report, and bring you more information as we get it. We appreciate all the information that is coming in by our subscribers, by first-hand accounts on the ground in the Tigray region. And we will certainly have more very, very soon. And as always, have a good day.